Good day, Earthlings. I'm the omniscient supernatural being who watches over you all, at least in my comment sections. Recently, I made some altered versions of Gwyn's theme from Dark Souls 1, and those videos randomly blew up. The last one I made, titled Gwyn's Theme But It's Extremely Happy, was a full cinematic orchestration. It took me a lot of time and effort to make that track, so I decided to make this video to share with you guys how I cooked it up. I hope you learn a thing or two, or at least enjoy listening to my thought process. So Gwyn's theme, it sounds sad because it's in the key of A minor, so I just thought let's change the notes to C minor or A major, and voila, we got the happy version. But some people rightfully pointed out that it sounds a little bit weird, and kind of like the Space Chunk Galaxy theme from Super Mario Galaxy. That is because both of them are in Lydian mode, which is supposed to sound happy, but not like the Disneyland kind of happy, more like an LSD trip kind of happy. I then decided to nudge the notes around till most of them were in E major, and so the happier version was made. But to my disappointment, I realized that it kind of sounds even sadder in a bittersweet kind of way. I thought, hey, maybe the slow tempo is the problem, so I sped it up and it sounded good, but I said, why stop here? I can take this further. I wanted to make the beginning of this to sound like a redemption arc, so I decided that the piano will only play the left-hand rhythmic notes and the cellisto will play the... It sounds so childlike and dreamy. And Gwyn is now just free of all his sins, such as giving his son puberty blockers and hormone therapy. The original song had this underlying part that went... So I decided to do it with the cellos, but instead of a constant rhythm, I decided that it should sound like it's slowly breathing to life. We also should not forget the basses, and thus we have the beginning. Then we'll repeat the first part, but to add a little variety, we introduce an NPC, a flute. We get more intense in the next part. The piano and the violin section take over the... The cello start playing a spiccato pattern. In the next part, we introduce a solo violin. Think of him as our main hero. The cellos will now play a slightly faster spiccato pattern. We'll add a clock that goes... The hero signals everyone with it, and everyone starts following shortly after. We'll repeat the last part with more intensity. We'll use these massive toms that you can feel in your chest and give them a rhythm like a slow heartbeat. We'll accompany them with grand casas to cut through the mix. I also wanted to add... makes the percussion sound a little bit more motivating. I decided to add some horns in this part. Now we need a little moment to breathe. We make the low percussion a bit quieter. Sticks will switch up to this rhythm. And the cello spiccatos will now play this. At this point, for some reason, the singing of the Milfanito sisters popped into my head. So I just added a beautiful female choir underneath. we do that again, but this time with the dangerous horns. And instead of a choir, we'll use a solo vocal. This sounds kinda ass on its own, so let's add some processing. Then we do it again. The clock comes back. Everything calms down. Everything else quiets down for the cellista to keep playing. After all, what truly matters in life are the small things. Like your penis.
Shit my pants? I shit it in my pants. Yes. I shit it in my pants.